What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and this is a Russian map of California from the 1800s. Why? Because Russia almost founded what is now Los Angeles. What? Let's get into it. So the story begins with the Russian expedition in the 1730s and 40s. Though Spain had claimed the coast of Upper California for nearly 2 centuries, it never settled the land. So a Russian expedition led by Danish explorer Vitus Bering of the Bering Strait reached Alaska in 1741, and it was clear that the Russian Empire harbored ambitions of expanding eastward. While Russia was exploring the California coast, simultaneously one of the generals of New Spain, José de Galvez, drew plans for the colonization of California from the south. Seeing these signals that Russia was expanding south from Alaska into California, King Charles III of Spain hastily approved these plans for colonization in 1768. This was ultimately the genesis for the El Camino Real and the missionization of California. But Russia had been establishing a toehold in Northern California and the Pacific Northwest, part of their broad effort to trade and settle the West Coast. Russia had established fur trading colonies in Alaska, but the settlements were short on food and struggled to become self-sufficient. In order to relieve their Alaskan colony of the food shortages, the Russians began to move south in California and created agricultural settlements. The Russian governor of Alaska, Alexander Baranov, liked the idea, so in 1808, he sent 2 ships under the command of explorer Ivan Kuskov to claim the northern area of California for Russia. In the early 19th century, the Russians were expanding and established several farming communities in the area, Fort Ross, and also named a river, the Russian River. That's right. In 1812, they named what is now the Bodega Bay as the Gulf of Rumyantsev, which was the first Russian colony in California. In 1821, the Russian government proclaimed the Ukaz of 1821, claiming the whole of the Pacific Northwest as being under its sovereignty, with eyes on Southern California. That same year, Mexico became independent from Spain, which had wider implications for the Russians. The Mexicans considered California one of their northern provinces and made more of an effort to consolidate their holdings, and the Russians, short on food and resources, were pushed back. So how far did the Russians actually get in Los Angeles? Well, this 100-pound bell from 1796 was unearthed in an orange grove at the San Fernando Mission in 1920. Now, how a Russian artifact from the 18th century ended up in the San Fernando Valley in the 20th is a mystery. But one thing's for sure, with a couple more breaks in the 18th and 19th century, the LA River might be the second Russian river in California. And Los Angeles, well, we might just be speaking Russian. All right, LA, it's been a minute.